Hoping it'll be a really interesting contest between these two teams.
I have Shane Warne alongside me.
Well, Jonathan, the pitch will be very fast with plenty of bounce, so the fast bowlers and wrist spinners should particularly enjoy bowling on it. There are also plenty of runs out here if a batsman can get himself in and accustomed to the pace. I would certainly fancy steaming in on this pitch, as it should be pretty lively. Temperature should not be an issue today. It's quite mild, so the players should be very comfortable.
Now let's go down to the pitch where the captains are in the middle and about to toss the coin. Looks like they'll be coming out to bat then. Many people would have bowled first, but it could be worth the risk. Most of the crowd have found their seats, so it looks as if we're finally ready to get the match underway.
They have to keep it tight and wait for the mistakes.
No ball.
He's having problems with his run-up out there. Batsman coming back for two. Confident appeal. He's calling for the TV replay on this one. It's crazy to bowl no balls with this new rule about the free hit. When assessing a batsman's technique, how important is his basic stance?
Look, there's a lot of different things to look at about a batsman's technique and trying to find a weakness. I think the way he holds his grip, what his stance is like, is it open, is it closed, how he holds the bat. All those little things are very important in assessing his technique and then making a plan how to get him out.
He lifted it over the infield for four. Very good timing. That's four more.
Too many more deliveries like that, and the captain might have to take them.
Beautiful timing.
He gave the batsman too much room there. 4 runs.
It's in the air, but there's nobody near it, and it'll go for four.
That's a real crowd pleaser.
Let's take a look at that from another angle. New batsman on strike for England. Bowler concedes 4 from the over.
If you want to show the kids the perfect way to play the shot,
Exquisite shot. That's run away for four.
effortless. You hardly seem to hit it.
A beautifully timed shot for four. Batsmen are looking for two. What's the umpire going to say about this one? That really was very wide. That's out. Caught. From another angle. He's hit that well.
4 more. They had 4 runs written all over it. The moment left his mark.
Beautifully timed.
Timed that to perfection.
Cracking shot. He really does look an
Very well timed. That's over the infield and racing away the field.
I think the ball like that too much.
That's a real crowd pleaser.
He's hit that very hard. 4 runs.
Everything was in the right place then. Fairly raced to the ground.
That clattered into the hoardings. Dollar. Let's take a look at that from another angle.
No ball.
Umpire signalling a no ball.
Oh, what's the umpire going to say about this one?
Good shot and good stop too.
No run there, but we can't get it away. What would you say are the most important factors of becoming a top-class opening batsman, Shane?
Top class opening batsman, you've got to be able to leave the ball, you've got to know which ones to play it and which to leave, and you've got to be able to rotate the strike.
Batsmen are looking for 2. Lovely shot.
He plays that shot really well and it brings in a lot of runs.
He watched that onto the bat perfectly. Splendid strike. Caught. Yet again, the batsman fails to follow the ball, and he's out. Let's take a look at that from another angle. The new man in can't afford any lapses in concentration here. He's got it! Let's look at that again. New batsman on strike for England. Nothing scored there. Tails exposed off that crucial breakthrough. Let's take another look at that in replay. I'm sure the new batsman will look to play himself in. That came right out of the meat of the bat.
Super shot. He really punished the bowler there.
He hit that with great. He was beaten all ends up by that one. The batsman really had no answer to that ball.
He wasn't there for very long, as his score shows.
Let's have a look at that again. So, new batsman at the crease. Batsman coming back for 2.
That's a good shout. Well, that's wonderfully timed.
Hook for 6. Fast bowlers don't enjoy that one little bit.
He really struck that with some force. What can you tell us about this Colombo pitch then, Shane?
The Colombo pitch, look, with the humidity around here, it can swing, but you really do sweat. So it can be hard work for the quickies, but if they can keep themselves a little bit dry, keep the sweat off the ball,
He's certainly given that some stick. 6 runs.
cracking shot. He really does look in excellent form.
That shot brought the crowd to their feet. $20 off the over. Very expensive. The ball just runs out into the covers.
Play ball.
The umpire signalling that as a wide. He's got it! Let's take another look at that in replay. That's a confident appeal. Gone. That about wraps it up now. And from another angle. The tail's really exposed now. Well, that's a cracking shot. That's gone way into the stand. 6 runs.
Cracking stroke. He hit right through it and disappeared out the ground.
That was 6 all the way. Great stroke play. 6.
I think the bowler like that time.
He hit that with great power. That's 12 conceded in the over. He sends him back. There's trouble here. Can they run him out? Let's have a look at that again. The ball just runs out into the cup. He's hit that well.
Smashing shot. Really, really smashing. I'd pay money just to come and see that.
Splendid stroke. Let's have a look at that from another angle. He struck that really firmly. Batsman coming back for a second. Let's look at that again. That brings the innings to a close. He's getting a polite round of applause as he makes his way to the pavilion.
Top class opening batsman, you've got to be able to leave the ball, you've got to know which ones to play it and which to leave, and you've got to be able to rotate the strike.
Edged.
Oh, that's a cracking shot.
That was a fine shot before.
Great footwork. Beautiful shot. He hit that with great power.
What a beautiful stroke. He watched that onto the back perfectly.
He plays that shot really well and it brings in a lot of runs.
The ball. That's out. And from another angle. Tremendous shot. He really looks in good nick today.
I think the ball like that too much.
He hit that with great power.
No ball.
He's having some problems with his run-up out there. So the umpire signalling free hit, and so the batsman can only be run out off this ball. Beautifully played. There it goes, miles out of the ground.
Seeing the ball sail over fence is the worst side of it. Super shot. That was 4 runs as soon as he hit it.
He used the pace of the outfield perfectly. Brilliant timing.
4. He rocked back beautifully there. His weight was just in the right place and away it went for 4.
It's gone down. It really wasn't that difficult. You've got to feel so sorry for the bowlers in these circumstances. We're disappointed not to have held on to that one. 10 from the over and he's off down to the outfield. Have a think about it.
Dear oh dear oh dear. Butterfingers, you really need to hold on to your catches in international cricket. Super shot. He got into a perfect position for that shot. Head over the ball, wait forward.
Well, that's a cracking shot. Beautifully timed. I can just imagine what's going through the bowler's head right now, and he won't be a happy man. He hit that with great power. It really is scoring at an excellent rate. He's got away with that. They're having a shout. Out! Let's look at that again. So, new batsman at the crease. Beautiful timing.
Everything was in the right place there. Fairly raced to it.
It's been a rather expensive over so far. One more to the extras. Mix up with... They're appealing. Well, that's a cracking shot.
He picked his spot well there.
That came right out of the meat of the bat. That shot brought the crowd to their feet. Out! No, he's dropped it!
Super shot. He really punished the bowler there.
One more to the extras column. The wicketkeeper won't be too pleased with that. Oh, great shot. That's raced away through.
He plays that shot really well and it brings in a lot of runs.
It's been a rather expensive over so far.
It's a great shot to play and get you lots of run, but can also get out.
Big shout. Gone. Both openers gone now. Marcus Carroll. And from another angle. Serious pressure on the new man in there. Great stop. Gone for a duck. New back. No run scored. That's 2 from the over then. Edge to slip. A dolly. Yet again, the batsman fails to follow the ball, and he's out. Let's have a look at the action replay. Batsman coming back for 2. 2 more runs added. Let's have a look at that again. I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. Batsman coming back for a second. Great shot.
Great shot. That'll give him some confidence.
4 more. Crowd really enjoyed that one. Batsman coming back for a second. Beautiful timing. That's a big hit. It's not going to clear the moat, but it's 4 runs. Placed that superbly. Right out of the top drawer. He just can't fault the placement there. 4 runs.
Lovely time there. He played that beautifully.
He really made a mess of the batsman's stumps. That was a superb delivery.
That's poor batting. He's lost his concentration and paid for it with his wicket.
Let's have a look at that again. Real concentration required from the new batsman here. They're appealing. He's gone without doubling the scores. That was straight in front, no doubt about that one.
His coach will have him back in the nets first thing in the morning practicing that shot.
Let's have a look at that from another angle. I wonder what Hawkeye made of that. He watched that onto the back perfectly.
Seeing the ball sail over the fence is the worst side of hitting the bowler.
He picked the length really early there. He's scoring at a prolific rate at the moment. He's hit that well. He looks in fine form.
That was a fine shot before.
He's certainly not hanging around. His captain won't be too happy with that. Batsman coming back for a second. Big shout. Good shot and good stop too. It's gone down. It really wasn't that difficult. You've got to feel so sorry. The ball just runs. Gone. Let's have a look at that again. Yet again, Patterson fails to follow the ball. Let's take a look at that from another angle.